I grew up in fear, and I was in an abusive relationship for 7 years. Only because I thought that was normal, because I saw my father do that. I thought that was love.
I was shot twice at close range. I was shot in my lip here. It went through my jaw, took out my whole jaw. It bounced off my chest where these lines are. And this is my heart. I was pronounced dead on the scene.
When I was 15, I had an extreme trauma happen to me that involved 2 men. I felt very powerless and very weak in that moment. After that trauma took place, I didn't know how to deal with it, so I began using, because that seemed to be the only thing that took the pain away. It took the pain, it took the hurt, it took the anger. Any emotion that I felt was numbed, and my life spiraled out of control from that point forward, because I became very addicted to power. I wanted to have power over anybody and everybody that I could. The more power I had over another person, the better I felt about what had happened to me.
I have been incarcerated 17 times, and I've been to prison twice. Some things that I think that led to my addiction was loneliness, being abandoned, because my mother was an addict, and so I've always craved attention. In order to defeat that addiction, I chose to sell drugs. And so with me selling drugs, I picked up charges and I was doing a lot of criminal activity. I had to adapt to survive in prison by molding myself to be very strong and very dominant and sometimes aggressive and outspoken and rude. And that's not who I am, but I had to in order to make it through.
I was arrested for shoplifting many times. I did everything I could to support my habit, but to support my children. I would steal food, I would steal clothes, but it just led me into prison eventually. When I was being released, trying to look for a program or a community to go to parole out to was hard. There wasn't many options for women.
Well, being released from prison, some of the challenges that I faced was getting my kids back and not really having any resources for them, childcare, not even having a vehicle to get them to school. One of the challenges of trying to find a job of being released was my background, because most employers do not like to hire felons. And the experience that I had was overqualified, but I had no choice, because no one would hire me because of my, previous convictions.
So what keeps us returning to incarceration is, for me, pain over pain, the shame, the guilt, and no place to go. So there's nothing to come out to but the streets. And that's why we do what we do.
Crossroads has literally saved my life. I feel like I have that family that I didn't have when I was younger. I have that support that I didn't have when I was younger. No matter what I go through, I can talk to anybody here about anything.
Crossroads has given me my life back continuously. I can come here and it's a safe place.
The impact that Crossroads had on me was amazing. Crossroads taught me to believe in myself and to accept who I am.
Crossroads has given me the tools that I need to find housing and a job, and Crossroads has given me the tools that I need to figure out who I am.
One of the reasons that I love this place is because we're trauma-informed. And trauma-informed means that we really sit with the human in front of us. without judgment and with understanding of their life story.
Well, to understand how trauma affects addiction, which affects incarceration, it's important to recognize that just imprisoning someone because they're using a substance or because they're caught with paraphernalia without looking at what are the root causes of their use, you're not able to impact recidivism.
Unfortunately, we see women who have been arrested and incarcerated, they don't just pay for their crime once, they pay for it over and over again. Even after they've done the time, abided with probation and parole, they're still facing obstacles to their housing, to employment. When everybody else says no and closes their doors, Crossroads says yes, come on in.
Wraparound services are offered because we offer 7 domains.
We offer legal, independent living, medical, substance abuse, mental health, vocational, and family.
If you hit those domains and you're really working in those fields, you've got a person who is well-rounded.
Crossroads really focuses on giving special attention to each part of a person.
First, you need stability and safety. Once you get that stability and that safety of having a home for you and your children, you can now focus on mental health. You can focus on your sobriety. You can focus on rebonding and working your family dynamics and breaking those cycles that caused you to be in the place you were before.
There are many obstacles to a woman being able to be hired and employed when she gets out of prison. Starting right off with documents, driver's license, birth certificates, all of those things that you need. So in the vocational program, we work at length with the women on how to speak about themselves. We coach them through giving their life stories and focusing on their successes. We address the past, but we focus on the future. We focus on the present. We focus on everything that they're doing now, all of the hard work they're putting in to achieve their goals.
I didn't believe in myself, but the staff here believed in me. I'm an intern today, and I'm learning computer skills. I work with admin. It's been good. I got a new way of living.
I work with women on budgeting and financial planning. We review a budget, we identify what their savings goal is going to be, how they can maintain that savings goal, and what barriers may arise. Through budgeting and planning for savings goals, they've been able to save money to be able to get an apartment and a vehicle a lot of times when they leave.
So dual diagnosis is when someone is diagnosed with a mental health disorder such as depression, major depression, PTSD, and then there's also a dual diagnosis of substance abuse addiction.
The mental health, they see psychiatrists, they go to counseling, they get that support. The chemical dependency, we have them go to 12-step meetings such as AA and NA groups to help with that.
Women that have been incarcerated, you know, they're not losers, they're not lazy, they're not uncaring people. They love their families. They just don't have the skills to function properly without support.
I think at the foundation of the philosophy of Crossroads for Women is the understanding that women navigate the world differently than men. And we have different needs. So gender responsive is the understanding that their world is comprised of the relationships in which they build. So we're very relational.
There's just so many relationships that are hurt in the process of the addiction and the incarceration. And when a woman gets out of incarceration with no support, then they don't know how to start rebuilding those.
Crossroads gave me a second chance by pushing me for greatness. Staff constantly told me, you're gonna be great, you're gonna do great, you're a leader. And I was not trying to hear that at all. But just that push put me in a position to want more. They put me in a position to learn more. So, you know, I became an intern and I worked my way up. And so they gave me a second chance when no one else would.
All these facets that I carried with me, they accepted them with open arms. And I felt comfortable being in my own skin for probably the first time in my life.
I love if I get the chance to meet women and their kids are often so proud of their moms for being in this program. So full, you can see it in their eyes.
Oh my God, my kids are so happy. They are so ecstatic that they have their mom back. I'm so happy that they accepted me in this program. because I've actually succeeded in a lot more than I ever done before in my life.
We believe women can recover
from trauma and other painful experiences.
We believe that women have the ability to heal
and move on with their lives.
We believe everyone deserves a new start
and second chances.
And second chances.
And second chances.
And second chances.
And second chances.